Governor Dr. Ochilo Ayako. And I will not forget to say the governor of Migori. Karibu ndugu yangu to say a word.
Hello, everybody. Your Excellency, the Deputy President and the Second Lady, all protocols observed. I must confess that I also went to the Alliance High School. And I am a proud member of the Old Boys Club of the Alliance High School. Now, before I make very few and appropriate remarks, Your Excellency, Governor of Kiambu, behind me was seated the First Lady of Kiambu, and she tapped me and said, since you did not go to the Alliance High School, you forgot to introduce her. So now that I have said so, I know you will do it. I've just said that on a light note. Now, I do not want to say that I came with my First Lady of Migori County. I came by myself. And those of us who are here today, lately I've been feeling very lonely. This is the first time that I really feel at home. From where I come, there are also governors who are colleagues who went to the Alliance High School who were equally invited. I'm feeling lonely because of the acrimony that has engulfed this nation. I wasn't able to talk to Governor Orengo and find out if he was making it. I wasn't able to talk to Governor Nyong'o, who are also old boys of this school. I didn't even talk to my colleague, Governor Wamatangi, because of the loneliness that I feel lately and the sadness that I see around when our nation is pitted against itself, contrary to what His Excellency Jesus said, that a house divided cannot stand. I wasn't so sure what will happen here, but I can see some normalcy coming back. Your Excellency, when you arrived, I walked in, I sat there because as an old boy, this is my home. So I sat there, I wasn't able to meet you as part of the leadership fraternity here and welcome you. Forgive me for that, that's all right. Now I want to thank the clergy who are here. You represent a very visionary church or churches. The Alliance of Churches who came forward and decided to start a high school for the natives. A high school for the natives. So as I was coming here today, I want to say that I am one of the natives for which this school was started. And I'm a native number, admission number 5266, having been in Francis House and having been a prefect here, a soccer captain, an athletics captain, and a prefect of dormitory 15A in the old school. We now have the new school. I was here in the second last decade of last century. So that sounds a very long time ago, but that's the truth. And it is the Alliance High School that gave me the national perspective. When I joined University of Nairobi as a law student, we started agitating for the return of SONU, the Students' Organization of University of Nairobi. And those with whom we were in the University of Nairobi, I was the only one with the knowledge of national membership of all the students we have. So the first SONU that was reconstituted, I basically invited very many people because Alliance High School gave me the knowledge of every part of this country and every student who was from that part of that country. So Alliance High School is a great school and deserves to be the Alliance High School. That is why I'm proud of this school, and that is why I came here today to fellowship with fellow Christians here, but also to do what Jesus said in one of the parables. If you remember the parables of the 10 lepers, Jesus healed the 10 of them, and only one of them returned. So I'm one of them who has returned. I'm sure many of us have returned here to say thank you to Alliance High School for making me what I am today. I want to tell students who are here today, you are or you will be as wealthy as the networks you make. And Alliance High School gives you a lot of networks. As a minister for energy, I got re-elected and appointed minister for energy in 2004. And because of the networks we had and we still have as Alliance High School, in my energy sector reform program, I was the minister, the managing director of KenGen went to the Alliance High School, the managing director of Kenya Power went to the Alliance High School, and many other appointments followed that connection. So as you go through school, remember that this school will open many doors for you, and you will be as wealthy as the networks you make. So I want to encourage us who go through schools, not just Alliance High School, make networks of friends and keep them as close to yourselves as possible. I want to thank Kimani Waichunga. And Kimani Waichunga, when I came to Alliance High School those many years ago, I was George Ochilo Mbogo Ayako. In this school, I met our chaplain then called Goodright, and our English GP teacher was called Mr. Welch, Frederick Welch, the husband to Ellen Welch, who was teaching the Acrosians. And he told me this, that you, a native, should not be proud of being called George. You should be called Ochilo Mbogo Ayako. And since then, I've never looked back. So I am sure Kimani Waichunga must be having some Christian name. So he was told that he should use Kimani Waichunga because he was a part of the natives. That's why, although I'm a Christian, I'm Ochilo Mbogo Ayako and he's Kimani Waichunga. That we also learned here, to be proud natives, to strongly serve our nation without necessarily looking down upon our names, our traditional names or our native names, and just wearing, the names that we acquired from other places. So you will notice that most students, absolute Christians from this best school, are identified by their native names. I will conclude by saying that I had occasion to come back here as the 10 lepers I mentioned in 2004 under the leadership of Mr. Kaniaru. Now, Mr. Kaniaru invited me as minister and the Attorney General of that time, Emeritus Amos Wako, who was an old boy, and we were able to build some of the dormitories here. I am saying that so that as you graduate through this school, do not forget what you learned here. Your Excellency, I'm just finishing. As we talk about these mandamanos, my county is one of the counties that Andamanas absolutely. You see it in the news everywhere. And the saddest bit that leadership must deal with, my county has lost very many young people who are shot and killed. I do not want to be the judge of the reasons for which they were shot and killed. But they are dead and they are not here today. The bishop who preached here, those fellas will not come back and be reformed and perhaps recognize Jesus, because we are talking about Christianity today. They are dead. But the saddest bit for me, I have never joined the Mandamano, but my people are absolutely there. And because of Article 21, I have been very supportive of the activities, not violence or bloodshed. But surprisingly, as these things were going on, I went to my home one night at 8 o'clock, and all my security was withdrawn, including personal protection. I do not want it to be addressed here, but I just want, as these discussions are going on, let us have discussions that do not create more victims than is necessary. Let's have discussions and dialogue that creates healing and one nation for all of us. With those many remarks that I've said, may God bless all of us, and we may succeed individually and collectively. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Your Excellency, I think now you have evidence that this terror of thee continues. You can see that even when I invited my very good friend here courteously, because he belongs to the terror group, now you can see he even now tries to manage my home.